I'm Ann LaCusta, and I'm the president of iFinder, and Trip is our advocate, our leader there in your Kansas City area. We are excited to be launching in your area. And I have, I don't know, 10 slides maybe to go through with you to just answer questions and give you the rough outline. It won't take very long of how iFinder works. Um, iFinder is a very unique program because properties are submitted by licensed agents. They are not all and only homes that need rehabbing. That's not what it is. Once we get rolling in an area, we will get all kinds of property submissions, largely based on the sense of urgency of the seller, not on property condition. If they need and want to sell quickly, if they need and want to sell privately, if they need and want to just see what they can get quick and easy, then they'll submit through iFinder. And that gives you, as an investor, an opportunity that you don't normally have. These are not properties that have been out on all the wholesale websites and they're tired and they've been for sale a million different times and ways. So just going to share my screen real quick, and I promise I will make it quick and painless as possible, just to tell you a little bit about being an investor with iFinder. So we know owning real estate can make you wealthy. We have a Keller Williams agent whose dad retired from David Weekley Homes, who they started buying homes 4 years ago through iFinder, and they've bought over 40 properties and changed their entire financial life for their entire family. They've made way more money than they ever anticipated and gotten this to be way more part of their life than they ever anticipated. So we believe in iFinder and we believe in what it can be in the Kansas City, Topeka marketplace, right? We know that you're a busy investor market. We know that. We have that information. So we're excited about you having this opportunity. So first off, I'll just show you a map. Now, these are the states that we have been to, that we have trained agents, that we have systems and leadership in ready to really take over the market, I would say. We're spending money there. We're going to continue to spend money there to market the program and to really beef it up. This next map is a map of where all we have had activity already. So our activity is not really at all limited to Kansas City or limited to an area where we have opened. We take properties from everywhere. We send them out to our pool of investors, and our investors are both national investors and local investors. And that's what makes it a sweet deal. National investors, to be perfectly honest, have very tight buy boxes usually, and local investors are much more knowledgeable about, ooh, that's in a great spot. I might like to have that one. Local investors tend to be the difference in why iFinder is such a superior product to others. So this is how to qualify to become an investor in iFinder. It's super easy. You will specify your buy box if you have one, so that you don't get a million properties in your inbox, right? You only get those you're interested in. Now, of course, currently in Kansas City, it is a small number of properties that you would be getting the chance to bid on in Kansas City. We are just getting started there, so we needed to build. And we were discussing this is a little bit of a chicken and an egg, right? Agents will submit properties. If they don't get bids, then they don't submit again. So we need to have investors and submissions all at one time. So that's what we're doing right now is we're building. There are no limits set by the iFinder program. And what that means is our agents submit rundown houses. They submit $1 million, 100-acre properties. They submit commercial. They submit multifamily. They submit the house next door. For most agents, they submit every property once they get used to it, because sellers like to know what they could get quick and easy. And so they start there. And then if they don't choose one of those iFinder offers, they may end up on MLS, but it's not a given. So once it's really rolling in the area, you will find quite a flow of properties. So this is what it takes to become an investor. So we need 150K proof of 150K in funds available. We need a 300K pre-approval or cash available. At every closing, there's a $350 iFinder charge to the buyer. There is no assignment of contracts, so whoever the buyer is on the contract needs to be the buyer at closing. You are not allowed to market the property prior to owning it unless the seller gives permission. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. I was talking about no limits set by iFinder offers. So we get all kinds of property. And a lot of our investors want to receive every property that's submitted, no matter where it is, no matter what kind it is, just as they get used to it. And if you do not have an agent to help you write an offer, we can certainly help you find an agent in your market area. All right. So we're going to break down this agreement just a little bit so you'll know exactly what you're promising to do. You will submit the required financial documentation to become approved as a qualified buyer. So we need proof that you have 150K in funds available and 300K in a pre-approval or 300K in funds available. And you'll send that in to us. We then approve you and send you properties to bid on. We do not tell you any information about the owner or anything, and we do require that you follow fair housing, right? We're not going to answer any questions about anything related to anything except the financial dealings. We don't analyze or evaluate the properties in any way. Submitting an offer is free. If and when you close on a property, we collect a $350 fee from you at closing. You agree to make every effort to close on the purchase of the property. So this is not your typical investment platform in any way. These are people. These are licensed real estate agents that are helping their sellers submit their property and getting them a place to begin. For some of them, they're urgent. They need to close quickly. For some of them, they want to close privately. They don't want to sign. They don't want a lockbox. And so we're going to honor the spirit of this being a private, confidential, quick, easy sale, right? We ask agents and we certify our agents before they're allowed to submit a property, and we ask them to give us an honest representation of the property. We want pictures of every problem with the home. We want to know all the upgrades and updates that are needed at the home, any repairs. 63% of our contracts close at or above the original offer price. If you come in as an investor and you walk through the home during your due diligence evaluation option period, and you need to lower the price, which does happen, we always ask that you explain the deductions. Any reductions in price need to be explained in detail. So we are not going to like it if you walk through and say, "Ooh, I need to take $30,000 off the price because it's just not what I expected." Well, why not? What about it is not what you expected? So again, not just kind of your normal investor platform. We're trying to keep this at a little bit higher level of integrity, both on the part of the seller and in being honest about their property, and on the part of the buyer and making their best offer. Okay. You understand and fully agree that the purchaser's name on the contract shall be your name. We do not expect alterations to closing dates to accommodate any assignment or any resale, right? You are accountable to close. You understand and agree that you will not market any property until and unless you become the property owner. You do not have any authority to market that property. If you will be requesting that the seller allow you to market the property before you buy it, we have to approve whatever form you're going to present or however you're going to approach the seller. We're going to talk about that a little more. Here are the three things that make our program different. We believe. You agree to make every effort to close on the purchase of the property if your bid is selected. You understand that any cancellation of a purchase contract is a negative for the program, right? So you won't be allowed to stay in the program if you go around canceling contracts. It's just that simple. I can't say that it never happens, and sometimes it's very justified. And we work in this all day, every day, so we get it. And our sellers and our agents who are submitting these properties have to trust the program. So we expect you to make every effort to close on the property. We do not expect you to assign the contract. We do not allow it. We do not have people who assign contracts in our program. The name on the contract needs to be the name at closing. And we do not allow marketing the property until you own it without specific seller permission that's approved by us. All right, those are the things that make us different. Here's our stats. I mainly want you to know this is a real program. It's legitimate. It's been around since the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. We have over 2,000 agents certified across the country. We have 226 investor partners. We're averaging 4 bids per property. To be very direct and honest with you, that is largely in DFW. That is our home. That's where we've been the longest, and that's where we're the strongest. Our second strongest market is Atlanta, and they are rocking and rolling in Atlanta. And we are expecting Kansas City to come right online. Kansas City is a big investor market, and we are willing to pour some money and some time into that market to make it work. We average only a 1.9% variation from offer price to sold price, and that makes our program very popular with sellers and homeowners. And that is how we attract submissions that you can't find anywhere else as an investor. So it's very exciting. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. So go out and check us out and make sure we're legit. We know we are. And then here's some emails for you. info@ifinderoffers.com, Dixie@ifinderoffers.com. That's how to get information. The submission of properties is by email. The bids of properties are by email. We rely heavily on email, largely because that's how national investors work. And so we can work however you want us to. We can send them to you. We can collect your bids, largely however it is you want that to happen. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing and let you guys ask questions. Do you have any questions, or was that clear? Trip, are you still with me? Did that make sense to you?
Yes, I'm still with you. I just kind of muted myself there, so
Good, good.
you didn't have to lip shot during your presentation.
Yeah, good. Well, that's kind of the information is proof of funds first, and then you're qualified and you begin to receive properties. So it's pretty straightforward. And we're very excited about the opportunity in Kansas City. It's a big market and it can be a busy market.
So,
So,
Ann, maybe you could talk a little bit at the trade show the other night. We talked a little bit about leveraging the power of the agent network. And when I said that, in my mind, that meant as more and more agents come on, they bring properties to the platform. Any investor in this platform is getting to see all of those deals, not just the one or two agents that they might be historically working with. So for instance, in my market center, there are over 600 agents. Well, let's hypothetically say, and I know this isn't like true, but just to do easy math, 600 agents do one deal. One. And I told people I submitted 6 alone a week and a half ago myself. So if
Right.
they just did one, that's 600 homes that are submitted to the platform all in one fell swoop. Now, to manage expectations, we're not there just yet, but talk to us about how the agent network is levered in some of the more established markets like Dallas and Atlanta.
Right. Well, you're telling the story exactly the way it works is that these are licensed agents and the way that they are certified, right? So I'll tell the story all the way through. They come to the program, they get a little logo that they put on their signs and on their email, and they get access to thousands of ads that they run saying, hey, do you need quick and easy? I can do that for you. Do you need private? I can do that for you. Not every seller wants to go on MLS. Not every seller wants to start there. And that is a mind shift, right? That's just a mind shift for agents particularly, but also for the public to realize, oh my gosh, I don't have to clean out my closets. I don't have to put my dogs away. I mean, sometimes it's the simplest of things that attract people to iFinder. It doesn't have to be that uh, your your mom lives with you and she's on oxygen. Like that's a big deal thing that would slow down showings. But it can be little things. They just, they have 3 kids under the age of 10. They don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what leveraging the agent network does. Is these agents are now providing an option that is not really candidly very available in your area. There's no other program that is allowing agents to offer this as an option to their sellers. And it is increasing the listings that these agents end up with. And it is increasing the properties that investors get to see that they wouldn't normally get to see pre MLS, right? And it's largely, we teach our agents to go pre MLS. Um, that's that's the attraction for a seller is, oh my gosh, I don't have to have that circus. And then they may or may not, excuse me, they may or may not choose an iFinder offer. They may or may not choose to go on MLS, but because of the sharp increase in prices that we experienced in 2021 and 2022, we do have a lot of sellers that are choosing to take maybe less equity and convenience and privacy. So
Well,
it's working. We know it works.
it certainly fits with, maybe not one of the more positive attributes of our society is I have to have it now, that has evolved on
That's
practically
right.
everything from Amazon to, you name it, everyone wants it immediately. So this has that aspect to it. Talk about the turnaround and how quickly investors are submitting bids on properties once they receive it.
That's great. So we do allow 5 business days for an investor to submit an offer. So we're not full of computer algorithms, right? Open Door, OfferPad, they're just a computer algorithm. So they give an instant offer. We do give our investors 5 business days to submit an offer. And then those offers are submitted to the seller on a multiple offer spreadsheet. So you as an investor have the chance to say, hey, look, I can close quickly and let you stay in the property, or it'll take me 20 days to be able to close, or it allows you as an investor to say, I'll pay title or I won't pay title. It really allows you to run your own numbers and to offer the seller a variety of because what investors do with properties is different, right? Some are going to hold and rent, some are going to rehab and flip, some are not going to do anything and just sell it to someone else in a week. Um, it's a wide variety of things. So we have found that 5 business days usually gives our investors an opportunity to do their own math and come through with a solid offer that they can stand behind.
Great. And as far as you alluded to this, but maybe you could give us some examples of non-traditional, meaning non-single family homes, properties that are would incent an investor to may look at this as a different tool for such as multifamily or land, or
Right.
you can give some examples of what you've seen submitted and actually transacted would be helpful.
We very much have the buy dirt mentality. The submit it, and our investors are, they love to invest in real estate. That's why they're part of the program. So they enjoy seeing all the different kind of deals that come through.
Have you seen any interest in the self-storage as part of the platform?
So we have had a self storage. The seller did not end up choosing one of our offers, but we have had one submitted. And again, so we haven't brokered an existing business, but that's not to say we wouldn't. We've certainly had them submitted. So it's just a
Mhm.
matter of right place, right time.
Right.
It's I would encourage everyone, if you can get qualified, you should get qualified. It's fascinating to just see the deals and to even use the tools that you have remotely to look at, Google Earth and tax records and all the information that's available to see, okay, would I be interested in investing in Atlanta? Um, it we don't restrict. If you're from Kansas City, we don't restrict you to Kansas City.
Mhm. So does an investor that's willing to go outside of Kansas City, do they need to delineate um, when they're applying, their interest in other markets, or how do they know about the other market deals?
So we will just ask them,
Okay.
do you have a buy box? Do you only want to see 400 and below in Kansas City, or do you want to see everything we've got? Or I would say it is very customary for people to start with everything, and then they're getting too many emails. So they begin to whittle it down to what they're actually interested in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very normal. All right. So, Jack, Alice, Peyton, do y'all have any questions? Hey, Jack, I can see you now.
Yep. How you doing?
Good. So,
Thank you
where are
guys.
you?
I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm in a
Awesome.
unique situation. I've actually bought, I used to be on Keller Offers and the
Oh, yeah.
iFinder program. I'm a broker at New Western.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've bought a lot of properties off the program.
Yep.
Then it was like a corporate partnership. They removed the corporate partnership, and now there's basically one guy, one agent in the Dallas office who's able to get on there. I had a lot of success on there, made a lot of great relationships with a lot of agents that I still work with. Um,
Okay.
and the how I got this link was actually an agent that I just touched base with her, and we talked about this, and she had sent me this link. So I can submit a personal proof of funds. I just wanted to get back onto the platform. I already know how it all works and had a lot of success and a lot of fun with it. So
Okay. Awesome. Well, then I would send you to Dixie at ifinderoffers.com
yeah.
and just connect with her and tell her you want to submit your personal finances so that you can continue to receive the properties. We'd love that. We'd love
Okay.
to welcome you.
Wonderful. So just call Dixie.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have her number.
Or, well, so she's not really going to, email's the best way.
Okay. Okay. I'll email her.
Okay. Perfect.
Anything
Dixie
else?
at iFinder with an S.com. And you can actually be like people on here, you're saying you had a good experience. The program works. You're seeing properties you don't have any other way to see. All that's the truth. I'm speaking the truth.
Um, should I CC you on there just to throw you on there and say that I was on this webinar?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Great. Thanks. I'm glad you're here. All right. Alice or Peyton, do y'all have any questions about kind of getting started? I think you're both in Kansas City. So, all right.
Can I get your email, Ann? Because I do want to CC you on here with this email to Dixie.
Okay. It's ANNEL. No, that's not true. It's just ANNE
Okay.
at ifinderoffers.com
Offers.com. Okay.
with
All
an
right.
S. Yep. iFinderoffers.com. unrivaled.com.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna hop off, but I'm gonna email
Okay.
you right now. Thanks, guys.
Okay, sounds awesome. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, Peyton says, I'm all good. Represent an investor, so just looking into that for them potentially. Great. We can, Peyton, we can, in our system, we'll attach you to the investor so that if the investor bids and wins a bid, that you are their agent. We can set it up however you want to, where you receive all the properties and you forward them on to your investor, or where you both receive the properties. And you'll always know, like, we tag you, your investor is safe. We believe in the agent relationship. So get your investor to sign up. We'd love that. And Alice, I see you're just looking into this also. Is there anything that we didn't answer that would help you decide if, I mean, there's really no decision. Honestly, we don't charge a fee to sign up. So if it were me, I would sign up and see what happens. And then we're going to really give a push on our agent side. I will probably come back to Kansas City and we'll have an event. You guys will be invited, and we're really excited to give it just a good, strong push in Kansas City. Oh, good. Alice says, I will be doing this. I am certain. Good. There's really, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. If you can qualify and are interested, then you should. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your time. This is about what time-wise, it takes about 30 minutes to explain it and answer questions. So this is awesome. Trip, thank you so much.
Good, Ann.
And we will be in communication about the way to give it a push next, what we're going to do next.
Sounds great. Thank you for taking the time for this. Really appreciate it.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.